My dear friends, my dear masters, and my dear co-creators, all souls are forever living in enlightenment. That is the truth. The soul forever, the Atma, the forever is in enlightenment. But from the point of view of this human mind, we are not able to understand it as we should be able to understand it. We are all souls forever. And from the point of view of the soul, every soul is always in enlightenment. From the point of view of the soul. Right? But from the point of view of the mind, from the body mind, we think we have to become enlightened. We seek enlightenment. We want to become enlightened. We want to expand our enlightenment. That is true. ఆత్మ వైపుంచి చూస్తే అందరికీ జ్ఞానమే ఉంది. మనస్సు వైపు నుంచి చూస్తే మనకి జ్ఞానము కావాలి, ఉండాలి అనిపిస్తుంది. जब हम आत्मा के स्तर पर देखते हैं तो हर एक के पास ज्ञान ही ज्ञान है. भरपूर ज्ञान है आत्मा में, हर एक आत्मा में. परंतु अब जब हम मन के स्तर से, मन की दृष्टिकोण से देखते हैं तो हम कहते हैं कि हमें ज्ञान चाहिए, हमें ज्ञान पाना ही चाहिए. ये तो मन की दृष्टिकोण है. परंतु आत्मा की दृष्टिकोण से देखा जाए तो हर जगह ज्ञान ही ज्ञान है, आनंद ही आनंद है, प्रगति ही प्रगति है, उद्धार ही उद्धार है. So these are the two viewpoints. From the body, one viewpoint, from the Atma, another viewpoint. So, each time we are born on this earth, we become a body mind. And what is the taking birth is the Atma. The Atma becomes the body mind here. And when you vacate the body mind here, you become again the Atma. The Atma jumps into the body mind. Every lifetime is a jump into the body mind. हम बार बार जन्म लेते हैं, 1000 बार जन्म लेते हैं, तन मन में जन्म लेते हैं. दिस बॉडी माइंड इज कॉल्ड ए तन मन. तन मन में जन्म लेते ही हम तत्पर हो जाते हैं, उसी में गुम हो जाते हैं और दुख को मोल लेते हैं. तो गौतम बुद्धा सेस, अरे बाबा, दुख से परे हो जाइए आप, तभी तो निर्वाण है. जब तक आप अपने आप को तन मन समझ बैठते हैं, तब तक आपको दुख ही दुख मिलेगा. Buddha Purnima days are days to remember the Buddha's teachings. Like, we practice music every day here. We should listen to the enlightenment every day. That's what we are doing here. Buddha said, there is dukkha. First truth. The second truth is, the dukkha is because of more than necessary desire. That is called a trishna. 2 रोटी खाने का है, 5 रोटी खाएंगे तो आपको दुख ही मिलेगा. 100 रुपए कमाने का है, 1000 रुपए कमाने के लिए तरसते हैं तो आपको दुख ही मिलेगा. अरे बाबा, 100 रुपए चाहिए तो 100 रुपए तक ही सीमित हो जाइए. You must limit yourself. If you need 100 rupees per day, you must earn only 100 rupees per day. If you want to grab money from everywhere, then that is the source of dukkha. You see. So, if you want 100 rupees per day, if you are trying for 1000 rupees per day, that is called a trishna. You know, that is the source of dukkha. That trishna is the source of dukkha. If you want 100 rupees per day, if you are working only for 100 rupees per day, then there is no dukkha. Without trishna, there is no dukkha. 2 जलेबी का भूख है, हम 10 जलेबी खा बैठेंगे तो शरीर कहेगा तू तो बेवकूफ है, you are a fool, and you will pay for it. As long as you are a fool, you will pay for it. जब तक आप मूर्ख हैं तब तक आपको देना ही पड़ेगा. See, don't eat more than what the body needs. And don't think more than the mind needs. परंतु हम सोचते ही रहते हैं तो the mind says, idiot, you will pay for it. You see? अब एक बच्ची दूसरों को शादी करने का है, शादी करना या नहीं करना, करना ही नहीं है, सच है या नहीं सच है. एक केस आया सुबह सुबह मेरे पास. One case came. I want that boy, but I don't know whether I want that boy or not. I want to marry, but I don't know I want to marry or not. 2 साल से यही लफड़ा चल रहा. अरे उससे शादी करो, दूसरे करो तो क्या होता है? यानी शादी you want, but the mind reels and reels. It thinks more than it should think. That is the source of dukkha. Understand? Neither the body should eat more than it should. Neither the mind nor the mind should think more than it should. So, if you go on thinking unnecessarily more than the limit, that is called a trishna. If you want to earn money, karodpati, lakpati, kya pati, billion pati, that is the source of dukkha. Alexander wanted to grab the whole world. That was the source of dukkha. When he was returning, he met an old man, Diogenes. Somebody told he is the happiest man on this earth. Alexander is the richest man on this earth, and Diogenes is the happiest man on this earth. Oh! Then Alexander went to see the Diogenes. What do you have with you? I am enjoying my life, Baba. Oh. I don't need anything to enjoy, but you have killed millions of people. I don't know why you have killed for your enjoyment. No, I am taking all this wealth to my home country, then I will enjoy. My dear, you will not go to your home country. You are going to die. Alexander became very angry, unhappy. Me going to die? See, I am young master. I have got plenty of time to live. I'll enjoy all this wealth. Laughed. Diogenes laughed. And Alexander was returning to his country, Greece. After a few days, he died on the road. When Alexander was dying, he made a coffin where 2 hands are open like this. He said, "This is my message to the whole world. I am dying as the poorest man on this earth." Okay. He saw Diogenes. He was the happiest man on this earth. And Alexander said, he realized. When you realize something, remember that is enlightenment. In Japanese language, there is a word called a satori. Every bit of light, at every given turn of events, that is called a satori, that is called a mini enlightenment. So, my dear friends, there are 3 enlightenments. Remember these 3 always. The enlightenment, when you decide to become enlightenment, when you start thinking of enlightenment, that is enlightenment. Second is when you do get enlightenment. So many sadhus, sons, Bharata, Bhagavad Gita, Bible, everything says there is something else is there. So Jesus said, my Father who art in heavens. And when we hear that word, okay, he realized something there, I should also realize something there. When you make that decision, your enlightenment began. So when Alexander saw that, after seeing Diogenes, his enlightenment began. So his enlightenment began, but he did not achieve enlightenment, the second enlightenment. The first enlightenment began, but before his second enlightenment came, he left his body. Okay. So, in Bhagavad Gita, a question is put by Arjuna to Krishna. Swami, somebody has begun enlightenment, then he has not become enlightened. Yoga brashta ho gaya hai. तो उसका क्या होगा? When he becomes a yoga brashta, yoga started, but yoga brashta. Yoga has not been completed. Then Krishna simply said, oh, nothing happens. He comes back again. Either he is born into a rich person's family or a yogi's family, he will continue his enlightenment. देखिए. So, the great thing about these three is to begin the quest for enlightenment. You know. When Ramana Maharshi, at the age of 14, when he was studying the 7th class, 7th standard, he ran away from home. He didn't like his home. He said, something wrong all this place. I want to find out the truth. That is the beginning of enlightenment. The phase 1, he ran away, and landed in the Arunachalam, Tiruvannamalai. Then he stayed. He did not allow his mind to work. No need for the mind to work. Chumma iru, yesterday we were, Chumma iru, just stay. Then he became enlightened. So, his stage 1 became when he ran away from his home. Then he became enlightened. Then whoever came to him, he started teaching. Find out what is enlightenment. Buddha Purnima, the full moon, there are 3 full moons. Again, you see, that's a classical thing. That's why Buddha is forever. He is born on a full moon, he became enlightened on a full moon, then he left his body on a full moon, 3. These 3 represent the 3 enlightenments. You see, these 3, enlightenment, beginning of enlightenment, then realization of enlightenment, then expansion of your enlightenment and service in your enlightenment. These 3 you see. These are the 3 full moons. The first full moon is when you decide to become enlightened. Oh, enough is enough, dukkha. Enough of dukkha for me. मैं और नहीं झेल सकता हूँ. मुझे कुछ करना है. I have to do something. Buddha said dukkha is because of trishna. Trishna is because of avidya. Avidya means lack of enlightenment. Why there is trishna? Why you want more money? Why you want to grab others' properties? Why you want to show, this is my wife, my property? Is your wife property? वो रियल एस्टेट है क्या? बेचने के लिए, खरीदने के लिए, उसमें मकान बनाने के लिए? Nobody is yours. टेम्पररी ड्रामा चल रहा है, पति, पिता, माता, बच्चा, बच्ची, पोता, पोती, वो अलग बात है. There is no property rights. So, my dear friends, When you claim property rights on any soul, that is avidya. No, no, no. No soul is the property of any other soul. Impossible. Understand? I'll tell you a story from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, where the master and his wife, they have a conversation. The wife says, puts a question, and the master answers. From this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, you must remember this point. He says, you know why a lady marries a husband, takes a husband? Not for the sake of the husband, it is for her own sake she goes into marriage. Why a man wants a wife? Not for the sake of the wife. He doesn't care for the wife. Because he wants something to get from the wife, he gets married. And the parents get children, not for the sake of children, because they want something. So, the husband is selfish, the wife is selfish, the parents are selfish, even the children are also selfish, because they want to be born here, not for the sake of parents, for their own progress. You know? So that is how things are. Don't think that you are living for others. That is wrong. Don't think that others are living for you. Others are meant for you. Nobody is meant for nobody else. This is the message from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Okay. The husband's name is Yajnavalkya and the wife's name is Maitri. It's a beautiful conversation. You should read that book called as Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. I don't know how many people have read it. Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. काल करे सो आज कर, आज करे सो अब पल में प्रलय होगा, बहुरी करोगे कब? You should start meditation now. You should read Brihadaranyaka Upanishad now. You should read the Buddha now. Not tomorrow, not the day after, not the next lifetime. Everybody say, I will read Brihadar Upanishad. Okay. So remember this point. Every soul is naturally selfish. It wants something for itself always. And that is right. That's how things are. But you expect others to sacrifice for you, you are wrong. When you want to sacrifice yourself for others, again that is wrong. You know, you can't sacrifice. There is no sacrifice in the scheme of things of spirituality. There is only enjoyment, celebration, more and more for yourself in all angles. In the body angle, in the mind angle, and in the Atma angle. You should get more and more. We have a body, we have to enjoy more and more. We have a mind, so we want more and more music. Okay. Taste, smell, beauty, all these things are, that's what the mind wants. And the soul wants understanding always. The soul wants, I want understanding. The boy buys a toy and breaks the toy to find out how it is working. You know. So enlightenment is, what am I? What is this life? I want to know how all this is working. What is this toy? What is this body? Why I am here? Why I am in dukkha? Why I am not fulfilled? I want to understand myself, this toy. When you put a question, I want to understand this toy, you break open this toy, you will understand. What is this toy called as the body? ये क्या है आखिर? What the hell this is? And what the hell I am? मैं कौन हूँ, क्या हूँ, कैसे हूँ, किस चीज के लिए मैं हूँ? I want to understand. When you say, I want to understand, that is the beginning of enlightenment. You know, this fellow, I want to understand. Then I understand. This is, I want to understand. This is, I understand. This is the first full moon of Buddha. I want to understand. This is the second full moon. I understand. The third is, I increase my understanding by distributing my understanding. You know, I increase my understanding by distributing my understanding, by researching what is understanding. Since I have understood what is understanding, now I am capable of researching into understanding, forever researching into understanding. Therefore, that is the third moon, the third full moon. When you say, I want to understand this fellow, this mind, who the hell is this fellow? That is the beginning of enlightenment. That is the first full moon. Tab tak there is no first full moon. In every lifetime, you will have to have these three full moons. You know? So, you are a full moon there before you came here. Purna Madam. But here also you are full. But you have to capture that fullness again. Purna Madam, Purna Midam. I am also a soul here. Additional appendages are there, body, mind. But I am a soul. The additional appendages are the body, mind. And the mind always wants more than what it needs. That is the nature of the mind. Mind always indulges in something more than what it needs. That is called as mind. And we have come here into the body, mind. So it is the nature of the mind to give you dukkha. It is the nature of the mind to have trishna. It is the nature of the trishna to give you dukkha. You know, mind, trishna, dukkha. You are born into a body-mind. So you are born into that avidya. You are born into that trishna. You are born into that dukkha. Until you become first, I became a collector, I became a prime minister, still I am crying. I got 100 wives, still I am crying. Okay. Why? In spite of 100 wives, I am crying. The body is satisfied, the mind is also more or less satisfied, but the soul is never satisfied until it has understanding that I am what I am. You know. When the soul understands, hey guy, I am the soul, I am the Atma. When you realize that I am the Atma, then that is the second enlightenment. You have become enlightened. When you started seeking it, that is the first enlightenment. That is great enlightenment. Seeking enlightenment is great enlightenment, my dear friends. Remember that point. कोई भी बंदा अपने पास आ जाएगा, स्वामी जी, I want to learn meditation, तो मेरे आंखों से आंसू आ जाते हैं. क्योंकि this fellow has become enlightened. You see, what a great thing it is. Is it an ordinary thing? No, Baba. So, the moment you decide that I want enlightenment, Swamiji, something is there in you, I want that something in me also. कुछ आंखों में चमक है, मैं भी चमक पाना चाहता हूँ. आपके चेहरे के ऊपर कुछ रोशनी है, प्रकाश है, मैं भी पाना चाहता हूँ. ठीक है बाबा, बैठिए. Close your eyes, observe your breathing. Then, when he decided to start sitting meditation, until that time he never sat. Never sat. Mind is always running. The mind is never allowed to sit. So, the beginning of meditation, or beginning of the question, who am I, what am I, that is the beginning of meditation. That is great beginning, very great beginning. That's enough for the disciple. That's more than enough for the disciple. And depending upon his past lives, of course, he will get the second enlightenment. This fellow is doing enlightenment. This fellow is wanting enlightenment, and this fellow someday will become enlightened. Okay. So, second enlightenment is when Buddha became enlightened. Under the tree, Buddha Gaya, that is second enlightenment. When he went away from his house, that was his first enlightenment. When he left his house, I want to see. I want to know the cause of dukkha. What is the cause of dukkha? Then he realized that Trishna is the cause of dukkha and avidya is the cause of Trishna, and vidya, through vidya, avidya goes away. What is the vidya? Ashtanga marga. Right views, right desires, right speech, right actions, right way of earning your living, right concentration on things, and right efforts. अब सीता सीखना ही चाहते, you have to play 3 hours practice every day. That is the right effort. I want sitar, but I will practice 3 minutes per day. होगा क्या? होगा क्या? नहीं होगा बाबा. 3 minutes का सितार का अभ्यास से, रियाज से आप सितार वादक नहीं बनते हैं. 3 घंटे तो चाहिए. That is called right effort. I want to become enlightened. Sir, after 5 minutes my mind is चंचल हो गई. ठीक है बाबा, चंचल होने देना, परंतु आंखें नहीं खोलना. 3 घंटे तो बैठना ही है. मन चंचल हो या स्थिर हो, you have to sit. 3 hours you have to sit. 3 years he has to be with the sitar. 4 hours he has to be with the violin. 5 hours they have to be with the tabla. And here is my flute. When I was learning flute, my guru said, "Idiot, I know that you are not practicing." That is truth. That's why I couldn't get any बांसुरी. वो राग बजाएंगे, मैं भी थोड़ा राग बजाऊंगा. वो तान लेते हैं तो मैं तो बेकार हो जाऊंगा. क्या मेरे पास है ही नहीं. रियाज नहीं किया मैं. I could have done, but I didn't do practice well. Therefore, I cannot totally accompany these great masters. Give a big clap to these great masters. They have done such a practice. Such a practice. But next lifetime I will compete with you. But there is no last lifetime for me. What to do? Don't think that there is no next lifetime. There is always next and next and next and next and जितने बार आप आना चाहते हैं उतने बार आएंगे. उसमें कोई, you can come and go in the whole universe wherever you want. That is the soul's nature. Understand? Whatever you want to do, wherever you want to do, how much soever you want to do, the soul is always ready for it, wants it. So next lifetime I am going to beat, I'm going to take sitar and beat you in sitar. Then you change to flute. ये जन्म जन्मों की सिलसिला है. This is unending lifetimes. You know, the soul time is when you are the soul. Lifetime is when you come into the body mind. Soul time, lifetime. Soul time, lifetime. Soul time, body mind time. Soul time, body mind time. Practice this. Soul time, बोलो, ऐसा action करो भाई. Soul time, body mind time. Soul time, body mind time. Soul time, body mind soul time. BMS. Soul time, body mind soul time. Yes, BMS. Yes, BMS. Yeah? That is what is the truth. BMS है, body mind soul है. There are 2 deaths. Remember this point. When शरीर छोड़ते हैं, you become MS. Body निकल गई, mind है, soul भी है. So first you are here BMS. When you शरीर छोड़ देते हैं, तो you become MS. Okay. When you have to leave the mind also. Mind is the filter. It will see what it wants to see, that's all. It will not see what it is there. Mind will always see what it wants to see. Mind will never see what is there to see. So when you drop the mind also, from BMS you become MS, from MS you become S. When you become S, when you drop the mind, then you see the truth. When you see the truth, you are full of the truth. So while you are in the BMS itself, you must drop the mind. While you are in the BMS itself, you must drop the M. You must become BS. Body is there, and the soul is there. Deciding to get enlightenment, trying to understand, I want my enlightenment. When you decide, वो जब संकल्प आ जाता है, then that is a grand first enlightenment. Celebration for the first celebration. So, there is the first full moon. Celebration, the first full moon. I want the enlightenment. That is the first full moon. I got my enlightenment. Second full moon. I am distributing my enlightenment. I am increasing my enlightenment. I am expanding my enlightenment. I am doing research in my enlightenment. That is the third full moon. Okay. Right from my childhood, I wanted enlightenment. What is this enlightenment? I started reading. Reading and reading and reading and reading. At the age of 15, I read Pandit Radhakrishnan's 2 volumes of Indian philosophy. At the age of 15, I want to know. At the age of 8, I read the book My Experiments with Truth by Gandhiji. At the age of 8. At the age of 10, I was fascinated with Rabindranath Tagore's Shantiniketan, because I was a small boy. In those days, it was all Vivekananda and Rabindranath Tagore. So, Shantiniketan, somebody is learning sitar under a tree, and another tree somebody is learning violin, and under some tree some other person is learning dance, Kuchipudi, Bharatanatyam. This was my mind. My mind captured that Shantiniketan. I have never seen Shantiniketan in West Bengal district, but we are able to create a Dhyan Niketan, Atma Gnan Niketan here, See, that burning desire right from my childhood, that beautiful dream of Shanti Niketan. So, more than Shanti, we are creating Atma Gnan Niketans. Claps to Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement. जोर आगे झपाड़े. Right from your childhood, you wanted something like this. Now you are like here. Right from your childhood, you wanted. It may not be it was expressed by you, but the desire is there. That is the desire of the soul. Remember this point, that from the soul's point of view, every soul is in enlightenment. You can't but be in enlightenment. From the point of view body mind, we want enlightenment. When the body mind wants enlightenment, that is the first full moon of Buddha's life. When you decide to become enlightened, when you become enlightened, when you understand the structure of the whole thing, then you are enlightened. Then when you are increasing the understanding of your own enlightenment, then the third phase, the third full moon. This is enlightenment before enlightenment. This is enlightenment. This is enlightenment after enlightenment. Remember this point. In every lifetime, I became a seeker of enlightenment. I got my enlightenment in the year 1979. Since then, I'm trying to expand my enlightenment. Trying to work out more things, more details of this enlightenment. There are so many ragas to learn. Yes or no? Yes. So in each raga there are so many beauties to discover. Yes or no? In Kalyani and Shankarabharana, so much beauty is there. कितने भी लाइफ टाइम्स हो, उसका ब्यूटी खत्म नहीं होगा. तो अगर एक कल्याणी में, एक शंकराभरण राग में इतना कुछ है, तो एनलाइटनमेंट में और कितना कुछ होगा. देयर इज नो एंड फॉर द अंडरस्टैंडिंग एनलाइटनमेंट. देयर इज नो एंड बाबा. दैट्स वाई हमें बार बार ध्यान करना ही है, बार बार स्वाध्याय करना ही है, बार बार सज्जन संगत करना ही है. ये तो हमेशा के लिए ये जो सिलसिला है. Everybody say, put like this. First finger, enlightenment. Before enlightenment. This is enlightenment. Enlightenment after enlightenment. Okay. First full moon of Buddha's life. Second full moon of Buddha's life. Third full moon of Buddha's life. Okay. This is the real significance of the 3 moons in Buddha's life. Understand? This is the real significance.